Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Well, let's go to the great state of Iowa. And with us today is Senator Joni Ernst, a military person that became the U.S. Senator, and she's got a lot of things on her mind. Senator Ernst, tell us the things that you feel that we can do to help our country.
Well, there's a number of things right now, John, and thanks so much for having me on. I am currently working on a package of bills that we hope will advance in the Senate very soon. It's an anti-fraud package. And Senator Thune came to me as the chair of the Senate DOJ caucus and as someone who's worked on these issues for nearly 12 years. And he said, Joni, I want you to put together an anti-fraud package. So I have 21 of my colleagues that are co-sponsoring this package, and we have a number of different bills that are included. But what we're focusing on is recovering stolen funds, and returning those dollars to our taxpayers, protecting the taxpayer dollars to stop fraud before it ever happens, and stop fraudsters and hold them accountable. Every day, John, that we don't pass this bill, we are losing $1.4 billion to fraudsters. Every single day, John. That's not a week. That's not a year. $1.4 billion
That's
a day.
Lot of money. A lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
And what items that you think that the taxpayer is getting ripped off on that really gets your gut?
Well, there are some really bad ones out there, and we've even seen scams, and I have outlined a number of these in my small business committee, but we have had actual members or employees of the federal government that work for the Small Business Administration. They have been going on social media platforms, and they have various pyramid schemes that they use, and they have been able to recruit people through social media to then turn in false applications and claim grant dollars from the federal government, and this Small Business Administration employee would sign off on it and get her cut as someone who's promoting these programs. So it's all fake stuff. They're all grifting the federal government to the tune of millions of dollars. Now, the great thing is we've caught a lot of these employees, and we're able to take them to court. They are being held accountable. But because of this anti-fraud package, we will have visibility on even more of those grifters and able to recover those funds. So again, we're losing billions of dollars every single day, that $1.4 billion every single day. And that, at the end of the fiscal year, it amounts to about 10% of our federal budget that's being grifted away by these scammers.
Also, the other thing that we talked about that's on your mind, our National Defense Authorization Act, because with all the money we're spending, the Pentagon needs more money.
Yeah, absolutely. And we know we have this ongoing operation in the Middle East. It has cost us more, of course, with various platforms and munitions. So they are running short on money. So it's important that we do a bill here very soon that will add additional dollars into the Department of War's budget. We call that a supplemental bill. We would like to see that done very soon. And then we also have the National Defense Authorization Act in front of us. We have passed that out of the Senate Armed Services Committee, and I have a number of key wins there, making sure that we're expanding child care access for our military families. I've got a bill that was included there. We're advancing peace through strength with an Arctic defense provision that directs the Pentagon to really focus on military partnerships with our Nordic allies, and then advancing the Pentagon's path to a clean audit That's really, really important. Those are some of my key wins. But again, we want to make sure that we're standing up for our service members, and important for me, supporting Iowa's critical role in our national defense.
Understood. Now, we lost a very good friend last week. We lost our United States Senator. And were you close to him?
I was, John. Lindsey Graham was one of my dearest friends in the Senate. And it's hard because I come into the Senate now every day. I anticipate I'm going to see him. I'm going to talk to him. I'll call him. We'll grab dinner at night. And he's not here. So it was just a shock to the entire Senate, and I miss working with him. We had so many different initiatives. Of course, he was a fierce advocate for our men and women in uniform and for the work that we're doing around the globe, trying to bring greater peace and prosperity to certain regions. He was a wonderful friend to the President of the United States, and we all miss him so very much. He was an incredible patriot. He had a lifetime of public service. I know South Carolina is going to miss him, but as a personal friend, I will miss him and do miss him so very much.
His sister or his daughter at all that's going to be running for re-election?
Yes, and his sister Darlene, she was very young when their parents passed away, and so here we had to, he was a young man, she was a young girl, and he ended up raising her, and he did end up becoming her guardian so that he could give his military benefits to her. And because of that, she had a much better childhood because of his willingness to sacrifice and serve in our armed services. But she is an incredible person in her own right. The president has encouraged her to run, and she has accepted that challenge. So we do hope that Darlene Graham Nordone will be elected to the United States Senate to carry on Lindsey Graham's legacy.
Senator Joni Ernst, on a Tuesday night, thank you so much for calling in, and we'll catch up with you again real soon.
You bet, John. Thanks so much.